Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well and doing fine. I'm Hammond here with my tarot reading. So, this reading is very special and it talks about like how would your life be after 10 years? Where would you be standing? So, if you're curious about your future, so you've come to the right place. Here we have group number one, which is the High Priestess card, and group number two, which is the King of Wands. So, all you have to do is relax, take a few deep breaths, and you'll get the feeling on which group to select. Maybe you'll get your eyes fixed on one, or maybe you'll have that intuition that I have to choose this one or that one. So let's start with the High Priestess card, right? Group number one. So with group number one, you guys chose the High Priestess card. So the High Priestess is a very wise character, right? I'm going to be gender neutral here, and everybody's welcome here. So this person, the High Priestess, is a very wise and a very intuitive lady, right? A person. So she knows, I'm using the word she because there's a she on the picture, but she knows what is happening and how would things turn out and what decision is to be made. So it shows that after 10 years, right, you're going to be a person who is going to be maybe in charge of something, like a leader in some way, or like heading a group, right? You could be a very wise and a learned person, somebody who is very educated. The traditional High Priestess card shows a woman sitting on a place where she has both the access to the spiritual realm and the physical realm, and she has a book in her hand, right? She is all knowing, right? She knows. Even in this depiction, this woman is shown with her eyes closed, but you can see her eyes, right? If you look closely, she can even see with her eyes closed. So you're going to be a person who is going to know what to do. Okay, some people are going to call you lucky, but the way I see it, it is the experience that has brought you here. You are going to be content with what you have achieved, and there is a sort of peace within you. Let's draw out some more cards to see and to get more details about your reading. So, like, I'm seeing that after 10 years where you're standing, you're like meditating daily, or you're into yoga, or you're like listening to very calming and soothing music. Okay, it's going to be different for everybody, but you're into stuff like that, right? You're into things that you like. Maybe you like going around water bodies, or you found a hobby to make yourself feel a bit of ease, right? um I'm seeing that you turned out to be a very loving and a very caring person, and a loving person who doesn't get manipulated, but who can see, who to love and who not to love. You're not having those like issues around love anymore. You're like content with your love life, right? Okay, the Hierophant card, the first card that I drew for you was the King of Cups, right? And the second one is the Hierophant. So, like, what I see here is maybe you're married, right? Maybe you, and even if you don't believe in marriage, everybody's welcome here. You found a partner or a friend, or like somebody who is very trustworthy to spend your life with, or you're depending on someone, right? For the majority of you, it is a marriage, and it's not just a marriage, it's actually a very happy marriage, and congratulations. And if you're already married and you're watching this, I am predicting that you're going to be having better communication and upgradation of your values regarding marriage. Okay, and regarding partnership. Another card that has drawn my attention is the Seven of Wands. Okay, I'm seeing that you're like, there is negativity around you. Okay, you're not at a place where like you're free of, like there's nothing wrong around you. No, no, no. It's like you're this much powerful that other people's negativity doesn't affect you. You're just so calm and so relaxed and so confident and so full, full of peace and full of love that you don't care. You're like, I don't care about the other people who are trying to cause the problem. And you're just so powerful that even if other people try to create problems, they cannot, right? And most importantly, what I'm seeing is that there is an elevation to a better rank. Like you're getting, I won't use the word promoted. Obviously, if you're like in like some sort of a government job, you can be promoted. I'm seeing that you're at a very powerful position. This is what is coming here. You're at a position where you might be, you might have people under you, okay? And you're leading something like a project or you're leading a team, something like that. Okay, and the and finally I'm going to keep it brief. And finally the last card. It's the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is a very lucky card, right? Why do I call it the lucky card? Because it's literally a coin of gold, right? So I'm seeing that you're going to be like, after 10 years, you're going to be presented with a very different opportunity. Like, for example, you're working hard and hard, and you've like, achieved your goals and you've, risen up to a higher position. But then, you like, okay, I've achieved this and that, and this is like too much, and I have achieved so much. And suddenly another opportunity presents itself in front of you. So, like, it's very beautiful. If you're a businessman or a businesswoman, etc., this is going to be something like a new company, starting a new company with your already existing company, right? Or like if suppose you are like um maybe you get allocated at your favorite destination, or maybe you're going to be allocated overseas, right? Something that you wanted, but you thought that it's very much out of my reach. You're going to get it, okay? And I'm seeing overall, what I'm seeing is that you are a master of your emotions. You are a master of your abilities. You are like somebody who is in control of everything around you, and the things that you cannot control, you're also content about it, and that is very beautiful. So that is all for group number 1. I hope you guys really liked it. It's a general reading and I'm doing it for a majority of the people, so it's not going to be that specific. Take whatever resonates and leave the rest, and thank you very much. I hope you guys took benefit from it. Let's move on to our group number 2. Group number 2 is the King of Wands. So, the King of Wands is a very passionate person, a very enthusiastic person who has their goals laid, and they're like, I have to do that, and I'm the man, and I'm the person, here it is a man, right? So, it's a king basically, and that person knows their worth. That person is like, the king is like, I am the king, it's like that. So it's a very energetic card, full of full of adventure, I must say. Okay, so let's start with this reading. I'll draw out a card for you. Okay, the first card is the Six of Cups. Okay, this is very beautiful. You're going to have, like, if you don't have children, I'm seeing you after 10 years with your child, or with your children, or with your pet, like whoever you want to keep, right? And like you're actually happy with that, and you're like picturing. and visualizing the things you've done for the child, or the things that you've done for the pet, or the thing that you have done for your loved one, and you're imagining the journey that you spent and the hardships that you faced. uh, like there are things like that. Like you are a dreamer. I'm not like it's not a negative thing to be a dreamer. Like you like sit down after 10 years, the way I'm seeing you, you sit down and you think about the good memories, you think about the things that you have achieved, and you feel proud of those things. So this is what it is. I'm seeing that you are a very energetic person. Maybe you have started dancing, or maybe you've lost a lot of weight, or maybe you have started doing some yoga or stuff like that, right? And you are full of energy. Like you feel like okay, maybe for a few of you, you might have some sort of a disease, or maybe some sort of a condition currently, right? But what I'm seeing is 10 years from now it will be eliminated. You would have overcome that disease, that problem. And you are like, you're thinking like, I fought against that disease or that condition, and now I have things under control. And what I'm seeing is that life didn't give you that much happiness. Okay, this pile, this group is different. Life didn't give you happiness from the beginning, and there were tough times, and you had to, you had to endure. You have to uh, suffer. And there were times that you lost faith. There were times that you thought that you cannot keep on moving. But after 10 years, I'm seeing you that you're actually thinking about it, that, oh my God, I have done it, or I have, achieved this and that goal, and I have lived for so long. Many of you might have things like depression or like stuff like that, or maybe poverty for some of you. But what I'm seeing is that you are imagining the people who stayed by you through thick and thin, the people who were with you in difficult times, and you're like, you're still with them, and you are like feeling so good that this person, maybe this friend, or maybe this spouse, like they stayed with me, and I feel so proud to have this relationship with me, this lover with me, this support with me. And you're like, you're cherishing, and you are like um, gifting that person, you're showering that person with gifts. You're like giving that person everything. Like when that person was there with you through a mess, when you were like so down in life, you like you remember that, and you're like, okay, you were with me through this difficult time, I'm going to give this to you now. Now that I'm powerful, now that I'm strong, now that I'm on my feet, now that I have achieved this and that, like here is this thing for you, here is this other thing for you. And you're like busy creating a very good life for your family. You have become a very family oriented person. Maybe you never expected that. Maybe you had a very weird experience with your family, like for some of you, right? But now family is everything for you. The new family that you have built, okay, the new people that you have gathered around you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are your blood relations. They could be, but for some of you they are not. Okay, they're friends, or they're like, the family that you made on this earth, that you created after being born. I'm seeing that you're into sports. Okay, like this is coming on like very prominently. Maybe you will be a sports person, like for some of you, but for the rest of you, maybe you have like started doing something like gymnastics or aerobics, or going to the gym regularly. And I'm seeing that you are getting so much healthy physically, and like you're able to do push-ups, and like you're able to run maybe a marathon, and like you have worked on your health, and you feel so light. Like it feels like a whole burden has like uh, there is a there is a burden lifted off of your shoulders, right? And there are some times that when you lay down in your bed and you think about those people who broke your heart or who didn't value your worth, and um, you would think about that, but not with a broken heart this time. This time with something like, what should I say? This time with a feeling of victory in your heart, that you did that, that you overcame that, right? Like that. I'm seeing you work very hard, like you would be a hard worker, right? And it wouldn't be like, you're slaving away or you don't like your work. You love your work, right? You love what you do, and you do it for your family, you do it for the people you love. And some of you might be involved in giving charity, or like they might have an NGO or something, you know. Overall, I'm seeing that you're living a very successful life, and a very powerful life, like a very energetic life, a very passionate life. So that is all, group number two. I hope you guys really liked it and you took benefit from it. Goodbye. Take care, everybody.